Hi, cutie. There we go. I'm in sweatpants again. And I got a new shirt because I could not, can you see? Growth. Grow through what you go through. And it's a fucking yin yang. And I was like, oh, sir, can you, not take your bath right now? I love you. Hey friends, I hope you're doing well and having a great day so far. We're back, baby. Another episode of the podcast. What is time? What is reality? Who are you? Who am I? Right now, we are at an actual different Airbnb than my last video. If you didn't see the last video and you're just a podcast listener, go check out my last video about tarot. And yes, there is a tarot deck on the table. We'll talk about it. We are here for 10 days, and I am just checking out different towns in Colorado to see if there's anything that really just deeply resonates for us so that we can decide if we want to, I was gonna say permanently settle down. I don't know if I'll do that again for a while. I mean, like, do I wanna rent an apartment for a year or something? Or if we want to actually follow through on this camper van idea, because man, can I not shake it. So this episode, I was going to give an update on the evolution of this move, because that is really the top thing on my mind right now. The reason I have a tarot deck is because I really enjoyed the last video of doing a reading for the collective, and I was gonna do another one. All right, so update on Colorado. I have really enjoyed being here. While of course there has always been some scary parts of like drastic change, it has been magical in all honesty. But wow, I was not fucking prepared for the snow. Granted, I was staying in the mountains at like 8,500 feet, which required traveling down a lot of dirt roads. Now, that isn't really the case. I am not at an Airbnb that is out of the city. I'm starting to understand why people think snow is a nuisance in some places. It's still so beautiful and magical, but like the place where I was at last time had to have the driveway plowed or I couldn't get down it. And that was a brand new fucking experience for me. While I do love the snow, I thought that I was a lot more cold intolerant than I actually am. This is cold weather, dog. Like, still getting used to it. But I am really excited for when it warms up, because that is when I think I am going to be the most grateful that I chose to move here, because I'm not going to be melting like in South Carolina. And I feel like I can go out and explore more and spend the day outside. But God, I think I've been outside for max 45 minutes to an hour with how cold it's been. It's starting to warm up. It's like 65 degrees here today, which is magnificent. Also, if anybody wants to pay me to just drive around and review different Airbnbs and get you good ratings so that you can get more stays, I don't know if that's a job, but I want it. And I'm like this close to making it. Back to like the camper van aspect of it. I've really loved all the places that I've been, but I don't know, it's like a commitment issue or something. Like I've been locked in place in South Carolina for so long that a part of me is just like not willing to settle down and commit to somewhere for more than like 2 weeks. So I've had those feelings really come up again. I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and rent a camper van. Camper van? Camper van. Welcome to the camper van. I'm gonna go rent a camper van for us to try for just a week while my back wants to straighten because it worries me, because it's so new to me, like so new. I have a lot of questions. I still need to do a lot of research. Luckily, I have time because I don't think that's gonna happen until the 17th, and today is the 2nd. No, the 3rd. So I have quite a few days to do some more research and to actually book this place. But after doing that, I feel like I'm going to have the answers that I finally need. Whether I want to actually commit to moving into a camper van permanently, like I would assume that I would do this for a year and then figure out what comes next. Or if I just want to be like, that doesn't feel right for me, the only reason I think I'd have an issue is him, the cat. While it makes me nervous, it also makes me so fucking excited. So I don't know, dude. And if it works out and I am just like infatuated with being in a camper van, then I think that I'm really gonna commit. That means like back-to-back commitment is so scary, but I have no other options. I guess that's when you're challenged to make the most drastic but in line decisions with your wants and needs is when there is no other fucking choice. So, what else? Just to follow that up, I feel so blessed to have this opportunity to travel around, and it's like tangibly exploring my wants and needs. I don't have to only rely on doing research or like looking at pictures on a screen. I actually get the chance to go and experience it and be in it. Every time I keep going to a different place, every time I get on the road and start driving, it's a reminder of how loved I am by Mother Nature. I'm trying my hardest to not take it for granted and move into a headspace because of fear. I mean, I did like a week ago. I really almost had a codependent spiral. I could not move into my heart space, no matter what the fuck I did. I was stuck in my head. I was overthinking everything. I was projecting experiences from the past onto the future. I don't know, it felt like I was like rolling in the fear. So much so that I was trying to like reactivate self-pity. I think that it's because sometimes when I get in self-pity and feel sad for myself, I feel less guilty for making big financial decisions on like going to another Airbnb, because Airbnbs are not cheap. It was just an old pattern surfacing because of fear, because it was getting close to a week left and I hadn't booked the next place because I was scared. I was scared of spending money. I have a lot of financial fears that I'm still working through. It has just felt like a lot of back-to-back big spendings that I've had to do. But deep down underneath it all, I know that money is an energy. Just like all energies, they want to flow. They don't want to be clung to. They don't want to sit in a bank. If you are making wise decisions that are about things that you love, that you're passionate about, then it will flow back. I have to keep remembering that. And I have to keep remembering that I worked really, really hard at Google for so long to be here. And that isn't like a social norm. People are normally like, what do you mean? You should be fucking putting your nose to the grind and working your ass off while you're young. And I'm like, fuck that. I am not working my shit to the bone because that's what society wants me to do. That's what capitalism wants me to do. I'm not fucking doing it. That's what I did at Google. And that's why I fucking was so burnt out for so long that I had to leave. I shut down. I'm just not willing to do that again. But it is like an overwhelming love that I feel from Mother Nature to have guided me through every decision in the past 34 years to get me sitting right here filming this video with you. It makes me love and feel so much fucking gratitude for everything that I've been through that was hard. Even the most recent ones, you know? So I just can't encourage you enough to follow your heart. I started listening to a new book by Martha Beck, Beyond Anxiety, Curiosity, Creativity, and Finding Your Life's Purpose. I love Martha Beck. I read her book about integrity last year, and it was so impactful. This book was just exactly the thing I need, that I think was one of the things that pulled me up. No, that pulled me down out of my head into my heart space again and remembered my why. There's another YouTuber called, I think his name's Hines. I'll put his channel down in the description below. I'll also link that book down in the description below if you want to check it out. His energy is very pure and free and expansive, and he was talking about calm abundance and about remembering your why. Remembering your why, that is the underlying thing. Oh, it's getting dark. I don't have my lights up, sorry. But that is a whole thing underlying coaching, is like figuring out what your why is and keeping that at the forefront of your mind and of your heart when you are doing things. It's hard because your mind wants to take you away from your why. Your why lives in your heart. When you are a double fucking air sign like me, who is always overthinking everything, it's really, really, really hard to take that elevator right on up to the brain hole. Level? Part of my that spiral last week was really, I'm still working with my real estate agent to get my house in South Carolina. Bless you. Wow. I'm still working with my real estate agent to sell my house in South Carolina. And it makes me sad still because I love that place so much. Sadness and fear are two sides of the same coin. I had like both sides spinning on the table, and that just took me right on up the elevator. That was the key I needed to take the elevator right out of my heart back up to my head. To me, signals that I have more grieving to do, and I don't like grieving, but we'll get there. And I know that I just have to prioritize making space and time for that to happen. So let's talk tarot. I had so much fun doing that reading last video that I wanted to do it again with the fact that I found this website, Emerald Lotus Divination, that has all of these free tarot spreads that I have just been connecting with so much. That was also another key to pull me back into my heart, was using tarot and these spreads to reconnect with higher power. The sun's coming out now again. It's fine. So I wanted to do one of these tarot spreads with y'all because they're so fun. I gotta bump y'all down a little bit. It's getting a little bright. The sun's out, baby. Don't go crazy. What? I'm a singer now. All right, I'll put the tarot spread up on the screen. It's allowing yourself to bloom. We're gonna pull 3 cards. Then what I've been doing is, because this is multiple cards and I am not the greatest interpreter yet, I have been putting them in ChatGPT. So let's do it. Oh, Jesus. Can't shuffle today, though. The sun's coming out. It wants the world to know that it fucking glows. All right, the first card will be for what does the collective need to let go of today? If it's the 9 of Swords again, that's really the only card that I ever get. Mother Nature's like, you think too much, bitch. And I'm like, I know. The Emperor. All right. Something that we need to pay attention to. The Fool. Don't be a fool. What to embrace for full growth. Oh! Wow. The Magician. All right, let me throw this into ChatGPT. Bow, 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 bow. So I will read this out. What to let go of. The Emperor represents control, structure, and rigid rules. This suggests that today it's a time to release the need to control everything or follow a strict plan. Let go of fear-based rigidity, perfectionism, or the need to have everything figured out. Instead, allow yourself to flow with the universe and trust that stability will come naturally. Something to pay attention to. The Fool is all about new beginnings, spontaneity, and trusting the unknown. This is a call to stay open to possibilities and embrace a fresh perspective. If an opportunity arises, don't overthink it. Just go for it. The universe is nudging you to be curious, playful, and adventurous today. Pay attention to signs, synchronicities, and invitations that spark your soul. What to embrace for full growth. The Magician is a manifestation powerhouse. This card affirms that you have all the tools, skills, and resources you need to create the life you want. Step fully into your power, trust your abilities, and take inspired action. What you focus on will expand, so set your intentions boldly and believe in your potential. This is a powerful time for fresh starts, courage, and transformation. Step into your magic and watch how the universe meets you halfway. Beautiful. Oh my God. I love tarot and I love these spreads. I will also link to this website down in the description below if you want to check it out. So yeah, I think that's really all I got for today, friends. Thank you guys all for just being the most lovely humans. Like, you have just been so kind and supportive throughout this transition of mine, and I'm so grateful to have such lovely people here to follow along. I know that I have gained new subscribers, so hi friends. I am so glad that you're here and you are following along on the journey. My name is Quentin. This is Phoenix. He sleeps all the time. But we are so happy to have you here. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for just being fantastic human beings. I really appreciate it. So if you have enjoyed this episode of Generation Recovery Friends, don't forget to smash that like button, share it with your friends, and ding dong that bell if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much for joining me today on this episode, and until I see you guys next time, be well, friends.